It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 27th of May. I'm Michael Groff. The big weather headline around here will be the heat. An excessive heat warning in effect from 10 a.m. this morning through 8 p.m. Saturday. May need to be extended beyond that. Temperatures obviously well above normal. There you see the normal highs, 98, 99 degrees through the weekend. And it's possible we could see record high temperatures challenged on Friday and perhaps again on Sunday. Might we see any relief from the heat beyond this weekend? And what about some rain chances? Could we have any of those? Well, we'll get into it. First, the almanac from yesterday. 103 degrees was the afternoon high. 72 the morning low. The normal's 98 and 72. And outside now, here at 7:10 a.m., we've got sunny skies out there. We're sitting at 81 degrees already at Sky Harbor. Dew point's at 30. It's bone dry. Relative humidity 16%. The winds are light. And the barometer is steady. Temperatures out there this morning, I see a 55 on the board at Fort McDowell. That's likely from an hour or two ago. 65 at Goldfield. Most of us are in the 70s, even some low 80s popping up now. Here's the upper air look across the country this morning. The big players on the board. There's a tropical storm right along the South Carolina coast this morning. That's underneath a broad ridge over the east. We've got an upper low over the southern plain states. More germane to our weather, we have a 588 ridge building in across the southwest U.S., and to the west of that, a cutoff low, which may actually help to bring some relief from our heat later in the weekend and into next week, as you'll see. Here's the watch warning map. We've got a tropical storm warning in effect along the South Carolina coast, a few flood watches in parts of the east. But out here in the southwest, yes, an excessive heat warning in effect for the valley from 10 a.m. this morning through 8 p.m. Saturday. Those heat warnings include places like Tucson, Casa Grande, Gila Bend, Yuma, Quartzsite, Parker, all the way up to Kingman, out into the Mojave Desert, Las Vegas, much of southern, central, even up to northern California, and heat advisories along the coast. So very hot weather throughout much of the western United States. Convective outlook for today, an enhanced risk of severe storms with that upper low across parts of Texas to include Austin, Waco, College Station, another marginal risk zone over parts of the deep south and heading up into the Tennessee Valley, and a little marginal risk there in association with Tropical Storm Bertha. Speaking of, here's the latest on that feature. This is Bertha right along the South Carolina coast, our second named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. And this will be weakening over the next few hours into a tropical depression, just be a big old rainmaker for the Carolinas and much of the middle Atlantic states. Speaking of rain, not much to be found here in the valley. Precipitation outlook for the next 7 days shows nothing officially here in the valley. Some light precip for the high country and especially the eastern mountains of our state. Parts of southeast Arizona could get in on that. And we'll detail what's up with that as we take a look at the models. Have a look. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. All right, there's our ridge here across the southwest and that cutoff low well to the west of Baja and Southern California. So for us down at the surface, sunny skies, dry air, it's going to be hot today. High temperatures 105 to 108, about 10 degrees above where we should be for this time of year, although well shy of that record. Tonight, clear skies, the air is dry, dew points generally in the 20s to near 30, so overnight lows should be in the 70s for us, maybe upper 60s in the cooler pockets. Tomorrow, sunny, even warmer, highs 106 to 109. Friday, this is likely the warmest day of the forecast period with highs 109 to 112. And as that upper low makes its way a little closer to the southern and central California coast, we could see a bit more of a southerly flow for isolated thunderstorms over the higher terrain of eastern Arizona. But mostly this is mid and high level moisture. I would expect just to see some lightning and wind producers from those thunderstorms with very little rain expected that way. As we head into the weekend, the GFS continues to show the moisture continuing to seep into eastern Arizona as that upper low now begins to lift north and eastward toward the central California coast. Southerly flow here over the state. Widely scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms over the eastern mountains, the eastern rim country, the southeastern portion of Arizona. But here in the valley, just partly cloudy skies, dry conditions, highs 110 for both Saturday and Sunday. The record high on Sunday is 109, so we could tie or even break that record. On Monday, another short wave is shown to drop down the west coast and continue a southerly flow for at least a little bit of moisture lingering across the state. Widely scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms again over the higher terrain. but we are expecting to stay dry with high temperatures backing off a few degrees, somewhere between about 104 and 107. But then as we go to Tuesday, again, moisture continues here across the state with the ridge off to the east, an upper low to the west. So the GFS is trying to bring in some isolated thunderstorms into the south central deserts, including Phoenix. But the European at the same time says, no, we're still going to be dry and hot. That upper low, it shows it well off to the west, and the ridge just sitting right on top of us. In fact, if the European is right, high temperatures would remain above 110 degrees into much of next week. All right, here is a week from today, back off the GFS. This is Wednesday, the 3rd of June, and that upper low continues to sit here over the southwest, and in that configuration, somewhat unsettled and cooler temperatures would be the rule. Highs could be down into the mid and upper 90s if this verifies, with at least a small chance of precipitation. The better chances of rain would be mainly north and east of Phoenix. And then as we head out 10 days to the end of the period, this is Friday, the 5th of June, still have a short wave here over Arizona, a broader upper low and associated trough extending from the Gulf of Alaska all the way down into the Pacific Northwest. So if this was right, we would still have temperatures at or maybe just slightly below average for early June here across Arizona. The unsettled weather would probably be shifting off to the east in response to a drier southwest flow aloft. All right, let's check out the prospect of any rain here in Phoenix. First, we'll take a look at the GFS ensemble, and about half of the members are showing some semblance of precipitation by the early or middle part of next week, and that's an increasing trend over what we had seen. Meanwhile, the European ensemble, there's 51 members there, and only about 6 members in the ensemble are showing any rain at all, and even at that, not much. So it is the dry season after all, and the likelihood of us seeing any measurable rain still unlikely, but not completely zero at this point. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures off the National Blend of Models. 107 is what it has for us today, 110 tomorrow, 112 on Friday, and still holding above 110 through the weekend, and then a dip as we head into next week. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new video, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, everybody. Drink plenty of water if you're headed out today. Watch your kids around the swimming pool, and you guys have yourselves a great Wednesday.